Hey guys, Mark Rodriguez here. Just some quick news here and just our overall thoughts. So you guys seen in our YouTube channel, because apparently not many people know about it at all, which is part of the problem. 2XKO, the fighting game based on League of Legends and Arcane Legends, has been released about 2 weeks ago on consoles. I think it was earlier for PC, but on consoles it's been out for 2 weeks. And even I didn't know it was out. And all the big YouTubers didn't even talk about it. But they're talking about it now because it's already out and there's drama and stuff. But they weren't talking about, oh, it's coming out next week, or I'm pumped up, day one or whatever and stuff like that. And yeah.
Well, yeah, it was on PC first, I would think, or either just on Steam, right?
I don't think it was on Steam though, just regular PC.
It was just regular PC?
Yeah.
No, but that's it. Like, for the video game awards, for the fighting section, like I said, the two real contenders were, 2XKO and Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. Yeah. So, so it had to have been on something for them to play.
Yeah, on the PC.
Yeah, because there was no console version of it yet, which I thought was kind of odd that it would even qualify for that. But yeah. League of Legends and all.
Yeah. So that's the thing. The game's been out for 2 weeks, and apparently the big news now is that Riot Games, the ones behind the game, I guess they were expecting like a super duper turnout or something, and since the game didn't match those expectations, they laid out half their staff. Yeah. And they've been working on this game for about 10 years or so. It's been like almost every like Game Awards or Evo, there's been like little snippets of news here and there. I think for the longest time it had no name. It was just basically a fighting game based on League of Legends. It's gonna have very simplistic gameplay so that anyone anyone can just jump in and play and stuff like that. And of course later on it became a 2-on-2 type fighter. Then it got the name 2XKO, which even everyone thought was kind of weird back then.
Yeah, even when I saw it listed for for the gaming awards, and I was like, 2XKO. I mean, I'm not a fighting game person, but I'd never heard of that game before I saw its nomination.
Yeah. And so yeah, that's what happened. I guess Riot Games wanted like billions. They wanted billions of dollars.
They wanted Capcom money.
Yeah, and that didn't happen. Within 2 weeks, they laid off half the staff. And I was saying, like, dude, at least give it like a full month or 2 months or something. 2 weeks is just insane.
That's like, as I was saying, it's like opening up a restaurant. It's that first weekend, and you don't get the sales that you want, and so you fire the chef. As opposed to building up the base or getting the customers in to get used to the food or want to come back and keep, food, or improving to bring in more customers, as opposed, you know what? I didn't make $100 million my first weekend. You're fired, chef. We're going to get rid of everybody and start from the ground up.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense.
So anyways, the thing about the game is that it's free to play. So the only way for them to actually get money is all like the DLC skins or whatever you can buy. And some of these cost like over $100. Say no one spent $100 on just skins and things like that. It's like, it's not worth it.
And okay, here's the thing: League of Legends and Arcane Legends, they're both RPGs. Now the thing is, like a person that likes RPGs, they may like fighting games, but they want the whole casual thing. I'm pretty sure, Yeah. I mean, I'm not big on fighting games, but I do. I can appreciate a good RPG because there are story elements that you can, fix up your character in the way that you want, or like choose certain paths and all that kind of stuff. The problem with 2XKO, I see like they were trying to get their core base with their League of Legends fans, but I don't see what they can offer for those who are not fully into RPGs and then market it as a regular fighting game, in my opinion. And I think that's probably where they messed up. And the fact that there doesn't seem to even be a story mode, which is something like people like me would actually, like. That's why I think SNK is pretty good, because they usually have good story modes for their fighting games. Yeah. Even though, at its core, it is a fighting game. But it brings you in to want to keep playing and seeing more. So apparently they probably don't have the cash to have those things in there for it to be just a straight fighter.
Yeah. And that's the thing, and I guess it's part of it because it's a free-to-play game. So I'm assuming they add like a big story mode, then it's no longer free to pay. They gotta charge something for it. One thing also is that the game has like about 10 or so characters, and you can only use like I believe 6 or so. Like right off the bat, you gotta start grinding in the versus matches. And again, that's the thing. It's all versus matches. It's the casual lobby, the ranked match, stuff like that. There's no story mode.
No arcade mode. Right?
Yeah, no one-player content at all. It's all hopping online And I'm guessing
And that's
us
also
playing together. But
and that's also bad for people that well, one of them by themselves, but they're the type that like to go into story modes. You know, those type of fans. So like I said, it's like I don't know who. I guess the problem is we don't know who the game is fully for because you're alienating both sides here. You're alienating your RPG people who don't care for maybe most of them don't care for the fighting games, especially not peer-to-peer fighting games. Because like I said, I've never been into that myself. Honestly, I don't mind going against a computer. They're easier to figure out.
Yeah.
And then you got your actual fighting game people that are more competitive. So it's like, who is this aimed for? And even the controls for the game, I've heard they're like very simplified and easy for someone to just pick up and get. Which I can appreciate that for people who suck at fighting games. But I can also see I can alienate like hardcore fighting game.
Yeah,
games.
they don't like it simple. And then the thing is, it's still like, I mean, it's simple, but it's not that simple. It's mostly the main buttons do all the regular attacks. There's a button for the tag in, tag out. And then the shoulder buttons are for the super moves and stuff like that, which is just pushing, a direction and a button. So no circular motions. But the thing is, the people that know how to play these kind of games, like all the Marvel Versus and all them, they're still mashing you up with like 30, 40, 50 combos. You still run into the people where you just put the controller down and let them just, wreck your shit. So that's not good for casual people either. Mm-mm. And then the other thing is that, the game is incredibly bare bones. Again, because it's free. It's like the moment you like boot the game up, it just goes straight to the screen with the characters and like the, promotions and stuff. It almost feels like you accidentally skipped the opening cutscene or the title screen. Like, I don't think there's an official title screen press start.
I don't remember.
Bumps you right into like the thing with like, I guess Caitlyn is the character to unlock now, so Caitlyn's right there front and center. Unlock her, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, like I said, there's just no real incentive. Like I said, I'm playing the game, but you want me to put money in to get skins and extra costumes for the character, but what am I getting out of this? What is making me want to come back to play? I mean, I'm not the type of person that wants to play a game just to rank myself up, just because, just for achievement. I want a reason to play. And like I want a reason to play as this character. Why is this character playing? What is their motivation? Even with some fighting games that can be considered bare bones, well, not bare bones, there's usually some reason why the character is fighting. Even if it's something lame, not lame, but like, generic. Like
they stole Alex's car.
Okay,
that was the Street Fighter 3 story. Someone stole my car. Gotta go find it.
See, there you go. They got like Rufus.
Either Alex or Doug, one of those two. Either Alex or Doug, they wanted to have some skills.
Yeah, see, there you go. It's the silly reason to be in a fighting game, but still there is some reason for you to be fighting. You're fighting for the honor of Alex's car. Really? That was the story?
Alex, no, I don't know. It was either Alex or Dudley. I think it was Dudley. Because I remember Street Fighter 4, his extra endings, like it was something else, but it's like, no, if I can only find that darn car. So I think it's his.
So
car.
Dudley, are you? Oh gosh.
And he's like
just drinking
tea with the boxing gloves still on.
I'm sorry. Okay, that's cool. I'm sorry. Just kick out Dudley and just bring in Eagle. That's all I'm saying. Okay.
So, anyways, so the game only has about 10 people, and the only way to actually make money, the company to make money is the skins. And the thing is, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know, like, people, like, that many, like, are you really expecting that many people to pay over $100 for the skins? Like, it's a game, like, I don't think it's that
legal,
big
unless they're really hoping that all these League of Legends and Arcane Legend people are playing to come into the game and say, "Oh, I want to customize my character, wear the same skins or outfit that I have as my character within the
because unless that game is known for like super high DLC skins or where I don't see the fighting game people paying that much. It's almost as bad as like Their Life 6 with their $100 season passes and junk like that. So I don't know. I don't know what Riot was thinking. It's like the game's free and we're charging up to $100 per skins. Why is no one spending lots of money? Why are we not getting billions of dollars? It's just.
Well, so anyway, based on that.
Yeah.
It's just.
And then the other thing is the name of the game too. It's just 2XKO. It's not advertised anywhere. Again, most of us found out too late when the game was already out. And we don't see no Big Top Daddy and Maximilian and all the other big YouTubers talking about it.
Early last week we found out that it was on consoles now.
I just randomly ran into it. Someone just brought it up online. I'm like, wait, it's already out on consoles? What? Yeah, for a week, man. Well, what? And And like I said, now with the thing about the layoffs and everyone's like fuck Riot Games and all that stuff. Now everyone's talking about the game, but wasn't no one talking about the game a couple of weeks ago, and that really hurts it. There's no advertising, there's no nothing, and the biggest thing, just hold on, is the name itself that's got nothing to do with League of Legends or anything, and some guy on the Twitters or one of those Twitter threads, one of those had a good point that they were saying like, can you imagine if the Dragon Ball Fighter game had zero advertising? And instead of it being called Dragon Ball Fighter Z, it was just called Dramatic Finish. But that's it, with no reference at all to Ki or Senzu's or nothing that ties to Dragon Ball. Just Dramatic Finish. Buy it. And
oh, I got it even worse. Dramatic Pose.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because this game has nothing. Like if League of Legends had, I guess, something in the game that's called 2XKO or an item, or maybe the strongest armor is called the 2XKO armor. That might have been a thing. That would have been like a reference for the, I guess, hardcore fans. But just like that, it's nothing. Like if they actually called it League of Legends 2XKO or Arcane Legends 2XKO.
Yeah. At least people will understand the connection. I mean, the fact that they're trying to base it on something that already exists as opposed to just being its own original thing. Yeah,
it's like, I don't know. Let me see here. It's like, it's almost like the what you call Hunter x Hunter game. Maybe what's the name of like?
Oh, the Nin Impact.
Yeah, but whatever it was just called, I don't know. I guess Nin because people are the fans. But does Gong's fishing rod have a specific name or something?
Nope.
No, just imagine the game was just called Fishing Rod Strikers or something with no reference. You might think it's a fishing game instead, with no reference at all. No Hunter x Hunter in the background. It's just called Fishing Rod. Strikers or something. It's just...
or I got another one for you.
Mm-hmm.
A Hunter x Hunter fan would give one. Yo-yo Strikers.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, because Killua, he ends up using a yo-yo later with his name.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's just that was a bad idea too. The bad name and the bad advertising and stuff like that. Because even when they were doing the evil things, I guess because it was too new, if they said something like coming up February 2026, that would at least build up some expectations, or I guess January, it was end of January maybe, but yeah, so that's the thing, and all the people feel bad. I mean, they poured their heart and soul into it, they did their job, it's been an ongoing thing for like about 8 or 10 years, because some people have been there longer than others,
Yeah.
But the general consensus is like at least 10 years, and after 2 weeks they got fired.
Do you think there
like,
could have been some mismanaging going on there too? But this feels kind of odd because there's also another Riot game group or whatever that they're getting rid of some.
I don't know those Riot games. So some other game called, I think it was called High Guard or something. Also got like just low numbers.
I just wonder if there's some mismanagement going on why they had to fire all these people.
Yeah.
Or either they didn't have somebody on board to tell them, this game is not a good idea. I mean, you want to bring in newer fans. You can't just slap in a fighting game and don't give them no reason to want to play. Yeah, it may be easy, but they still have to have a reason to play. This isn't like how it was 30 and 40 years ago, where most gaming was in the arcade. You went in the arcade just putting your quarter. You didn't really focus that much on story because you just put your money and tried to play and get your money's worth. As opposed to how it is with home consoles. You want to you sit down, you have more time to sit down and play. You don't have to keep putting in quarters and paying off those mortgages to try to get through Double Dragon.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, that game. But like that. So yeah, that's the problem. It seems like it's more set up as if with an arcade mindset, but not,
Yeah. And then the other thing too is that I feel bad for the people that got let go because apparently, that's another thing. People have been thinking, the game's going to die now, or whatever. But apparently the game is still going to go on, and I guess they'll eventually add new characters, DLC, whatever. But I just feel bad for people that got let go because, let's say they have new DLC and new characters, and the game becomes like a real big hit, and blah, 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 and now Riot Games is fucking happy or whatever. They're not going to, rehire the people. They're gone, unfortunately, And
if they did hire people, but they have to spend money to get new people on if it ever goes back up, which I kind of doubted the way they're going.
Yeah, and then also the people, I guess it can be said that they took it graciously. They all posted a little Twitter thing saying goodbye. It's hard to say goodbye, but it's a pleasure working with you guys. I'm glad, and I love the game so much. And like the guy who designed Echo, it's like I designed Echo, and I'm glad you guys like them, and all that kind of stuff.
Aww.
And you know, like it's all cool. But I'm just thinking, man, they're better people than me because I would have been saying, man, fuck that company. You know what I mean? Like they got me there for 10
well,
years.
here's the thing.
Whatever.
I would be saying, I might be thinking something like that, but I wouldn't make it public. I'll be saying that privately.
Yeah,
because if you want to work for another developer and they see you acting like that, why would they want to hire you?
Yeah, that's true. Well, I'd be saying, if you're gonna hire me, then actually keep me when I'm doing my job, or don't have insane expectations. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
They'll expect like a million.
Oh, the CEO couldn't buy a yacht opening weekend. You're all fired. You know.
Yeah. Well, I think that's about all we can really say about TSKO. Like I said, it looked like it's kind of like, it's fun and stuff, but the problem is there's just nothing there to bring in new fans. There's nothing there to bring in fighting game fans. There isn't probably much there to bring in the RPG fans, because people that like RPGs usually really, really like story driven narratives in their games. So I just don't know who they made this game for.
I don't know. I guess they were hoping that the League of Legends fans would be really into it, but from what I hear, the League of Legends fans mostly play their League of Legends and I guess similar type games. They're not exactly going into fighting games and stuff like that. Even
though the controls are easier to.
And apparently, from what I heard too, because I don't know much of the characters, I just know V because I've seen her. No, Vi because it's short for Violet. I just know Vi because there's pictures of her everywhere and stuff, and a lot of the cosplayers like to cosplay as her all the time, and they have the giant glove gauntlets thing. So I at least know who she is because I've seen her around, but I don't know any of the other characters. But my understanding is that a lot of people are confused that certain characters that are more like brawlers and fighters in the series that would make sense to be in the game are not in the game. And they're complaining that people like Caitlyn, for example, that I'm assuming she's a long distance shooter. It's like, what's she doing in this game? She's a long distance shooter. She's not going to jump in there and because obviously she's got her gun, but it's still a fighting game. She's still got to get in there and do all the combos and whatever. So that's the thing. But I'm assuming some of those characters will be making it to DLC if the game lasts as long. And
this feels more like a free to play mobile game, honestly. Like the shit Raid Shadow Legends. Yeah. Personally, I find that completely seriously boring.
And then the final thing too is that the game was also intended to be like in time for Evo later this year, and people are making comments like, "Will this game even make it to Evo? Will it even be around?" That kind of thing. So a lot of people are also kind of having doubts, like, because you gotta invest your time and practice and do all the hit boxes and the frame data and all that shit.
Yeah, at this point, with this stuff going on, like, what's the point of even bothering? There's a strong chance of it not even being one of the games there, unless it's like the little, like the mini thing that's like no competition at all, it's just there for you to play.
Yeah, and that sucks. It has to be out there, because that's the thing. That would also help as advertising. People that never heard of the game will hear about it, see all the crazy action in Evo and all that. So that's a missed opportunity.
I want to stick with mismanagement of money for Riot Games, honestly. I'm going with that, but it just don't make sense. The timing is messed up, and the fact that they had to get rid of them, and the game didn't make that much money. I mean, it don't make sense logically. Even if you start a business, it takes a while to build up clientele. So the same thing goes for games. It takes a while to build up some kind of a fandom or a fan base or any base at all when you have a new game,
Yeah. So anyways, guys, that's all the news we got so far. I mean, that's the big thing. Mass layoffs, half the team gone and everything, and only 2 weeks out, and we're still trying to see what's going to happen. Is the game going to keep going? So far, they're insisting that the game is going. Play the game, support the game. And I just feel some kind of way because it's like, yeah, play the game, support the game, but these guys still got screwed. You know what I mean? It's like they might as well just put down the CEO wants another yacht. Hey,
Unless it's a publicity stunt to get attention on the game.
Yeah, unfortunately,
and all the people that got fired, they're in on it.
I mean,
that would be stupid, but I'm just saying. It just, like I said, when you're trying to make sense of something that don't make sense, you come up with the craziest theories. But anyway, see you guys.
See you guys. We'll see what happens after this. Take care.
Bye.